Fame has a way of revealing everything, both the good and the bad. For Justin Bieber, that attention never faded. From his quick rise in music to his much-talked-about relationships, the world has always been watching. Every step he took became a topic of conversation, with fans picking apart his life and critics voicing their thoughts. Yet, behind the glossy covers and packed arenas, something far more personal was happening. A quiet battle had begun, one that would truly challenge his strength and his marriage to Hailey Bieber. After spending years in the spotlight, Justin seemed to find stability when he married Hailey in a small courthouse ceremony in New York in September 2018. The wedding came as a surprise to many, but it seemed he had found the person he wanted to share his life with. Like most young couples, they faced challenges. The difference was that their struggles played out in front of the entire world. At first, it seemed to be the usual adjustments of married life, but then something unexpected happened. Justin's health began to decline. This wasn't just any illness. It was a condition that physically changed him and interrupted his career and daily life. In an honest message to fans, Justin revealed that he had been diagnosed with Ramsay Hunt syndrome. The Mayo Clinic explains that this condition stems from a shingles outbreak that attacks the facial nerves, often near the ears. It can cause painful rashes, facial paralysis, and even hearing loss. For someone whose career depends on singing and connecting with audiences, this was a major setback. Justin didn't hide what was happening. He shared a video on Instagram, calmly explaining the situation. The signs were clear. One side of his face wouldn't move. He couldn't blink one eye, smile evenly, or move his nostril. His facial muscles on that side were completely frozen. He spoke about how the virus had damaged the nerves in his ear and face, leaving him partially paralyzed. This was more than just a physical struggle. It forced him to make tough decisions about his work and future. One of the hardest choices was canceling the rest of his Justice tour. For a performer who thrives on stage and interacting with fans, stepping away wasn't easy. But his health had to come first. While fans worried for Justin, many wondered how Hailey was handling it. Was she coping well? Was she still happy? Being married to someone constantly in the headlines, now facing a serious illness, couldn't be easy. Yet, Hailey proved to be more than a supportive spouse. She stood by him in public and in private, even opening up in interviews about his mental health struggles. She didn't pretend everything was perfect. Instead, she shared her real experiences, showing that love in real life is often messy and tested. She spoke about overwhelming moments, how they leaned on each other, and how they both had to grow through it all. These weren't scripted lines. They revealed a genuine bond between two people under intense pressure. Their path hasn't been smooth, and no one would expect it to be, but the way they've handled it, staying united through difficulties, being honest about their challenges, and choosing each other over and over, shows a side of their marriage that gossip columns rarely capture. It's no longer about glamour, it's about survival, healing, and holding on to what's important when life feels out of control. Health struggles like Justin's can change everything in a relationship. They don't just bring physical pain, they affect mental health, routines, and self-image. And when you're a celebrity, all of it plays out under constant public attention. But Hailey seems determined to stand by Justin, not just as his wife, but as his partner in every sense. Their story is still unfolding, but it's clear this chapter of Justin's life is unlike his early fame. The boy who once sang love songs on YouTube is now a man facing real challenges, and the woman he married is more than his partner. She's someone helping him fight battles no one expected to witness. In a 2021 interview shared by Billboard on In Good Faith with Chelsea and Judah Smith, Justin Bieber opened up about the emotional weight he had carried for years. He explained that even after traveling the world and hitting major milestones, he often felt deeply alone. That emptiness made him realize he had a lot of unresolved pain and emotional wounds to address. He admitted that before committing fully to someone else, he needed to focus on healing himself, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Justin said those struggles didn't disappear when he got married. Even after saying "I do," he still hadn't fully recovered from his past experiences. But he appreciated that Hailey stayed by his side and recognized his growth. "You've seen my heart through it all," he told her, showing that he valued the patience and support she had given him through his hardest moments. Hailey, who was part of the interview, shared her perspective as well. She spoke openly about her commitment to Justin, especially during his lowest points. "I was there," she said. "I figured it out. I've loved this person for a long time, and now is not the time to walk away from that." She made it clear that leaving him when he needed her the most was never an option. "That's not who I am," she added, showing that she intended to stand by him no matter what. Still, despite their loyalty to each other, rumors about trouble in their marriage have persisted. According to GOTV, a source close to the couple claimed that Justin's Ramsay Hunt diagnosis created new strain in their relationship. The report said Justin sometimes took out his frustration on Hailey, leaving her emotionally drained and questioning if the marriage was worth continuing. It also mentioned that Justin had been spotted without his wedding ring earlier this year, sparking speculation about a possible split. For longtime followers of their relationship, this isn't entirely shocking. Their romance moved quickly. They reunited and married not long after getting back together. While their love was obvious, many questioned if rushing into marriage left them unprepared for such a serious commitment. A 2023 National Enquirer report, shared by The Sun, quoted insiders who believed their relationship was more about impulse than maturity, claiming Justin wasn't ready for the responsibility. They suggested that both were too young to fully understand what marriage involved, which may explain some of the challenges they faced. Both Justin and Hailey have acknowledged that marriage is difficult, especially in the public eye. In a 2019 interview with Vogue, Hailey was upfront, saying, "Marriage is really hard." She pointed out that people don't talk about that enough, and stressed that commitment means showing up every day, even when things aren't going smoothly. Despite constant speculation, they've kept working on their relationship. In a 2022 Harper's Bazaar interview, Hailey reflected on how unpredictable life can be and mentioned that both of them had dealt with serious health problems in just the past 6 months. "You just have to learn to roll with the punches," she said, adding that the vows they made, for better or for worse, were not just ceremonial words, but a real promise. When it came to their fast decision to marry, Hailey didn't avoid the subject. On the Call Her Daddy podcast in 2022, she admitted their wedding happened quickly and likely seemed impulsive to outsiders. But for them, it felt right at the time. "It was a mutual decision," she said, "and 4 years later, we're still here." Their story is far from a perfect fairy tale. It's complicated, messy, and filled with obstacles, but it's also about two people working through life together, despite pressure, health struggles, and public scrutiny. Whether they last or not, no one can deny the effort they've put into making it work. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it or found it interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps us share more genuine and unfiltered stories from the lives of your favorite celebrities. And remember to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.